All right. I'm going live solo because Danny's late as usual, but I'm sure he'll pop in here as soon as he is ready, which will probably be like 2 minutes from now, which is usually what happens. Javon in here just firing away at the questions. Love to see it. Javon, what's up, boys? What's up, Javon? All right. So my wide receivers are Watkins and Bateman and Tyreek and Hunter Renfrow, Emmanuel Sanders start 2, flex 1. So Tyreek's 100% in your lineup. Emmanuel Sanders, I would say, is probably in your lineup as well. Your flex play, in my opinion, would probably be Hunter Renfrow over Rashad Bateman tonight. With Watkins and Bateman, I want to see how they use those two guys. I don't really want to throw one or the other into my lineup unless I absolutely have to. And I would say Renfrow and Sanders and Hill are good enough options that you can just kind of wait and see with those Ravens guys. Do you think Murray is going to play and also Cam now on the Panthers? Yeah, Cam Newton back to the Panthers. Talked about it on the start sit video if you want to check that out. Kyler Murray, I mean, he didn't practice yesterday. I'm not really sure if we got practice reports yet today on Kyler Murray, but I think he should play. It sounds like he was really close to playing last week. So my guess is that he does play this week, but I could be wrong. OBJ on Rams. Damn, a lot to take in. Yeah, a lot of news today. Kamara, hasn't practiced as well, which is definitely something noteworthy as well. How about Aaron Rodgers' situation and playing on Sunday? I think Rodgers is supposed to be back Saturday, according to his COVID protocols. That's basically what they've talked about already. Here, Danny is. Yeah, the COVID protocols, I believe, dictate that Rodgers can be back on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Danny's got a greasy Movember stash going right now.
One sec, actually.
Yeah, no worries. Also on the road to 8K, boys. Damn, you're creating a lot of good vids. Boys, keep up the good work. Yeah, I appreciate that, Javon. Also, you think Gronk is going to play? I don't think he's going to play. It's kind of already been said that Gronkowski is going to be doubtful for this game, so he's probably going to be out. Thoughts on starting Freeman tonight? I don't really want to. With Latavius, I believe Latavius is probably out for this game, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm more than fine with it.
I'm fine starting him as like a top 30 running back. I think I have him. Let me check. His usage was pretty solid without Latavius. So as long as Latavius isn't playing, I'm okay starting Devontae Freeman over Nyheim Hines, Alex Collins, Jeremy McNichols, AJ Dillon. But like I would rather start Devin Singletary, assuming Zach Moss is going to be out. I'd rather start Zach Moss if he is healthy. I'd rather start Tony Pollard, JD McKissick, Javonte Williams, Damian Harris than a guy like Devontae Freeman. But I'm okay starting him if you have no other options for sure.
Oh yeah, I actually like Devontae Freeman this week. I'm like fiddling with my rankings as per usual because I've been busy with school, but like he'll for sure land himself in like the top 25 area for me.
Yeah. Amber says hello. Start 2 and flex wide receiver. Okay, Deontay Johnson, Deebo Samuel, Robert Woods, or Mike Williams. Risk it for the biscuit. So Deontay Johnson's 100% in my lineup with no Claypool this week. Deebo Samuel's also probably 100% in my lineup as well.
He's been battling that I think calf, right?
Yeah. I mean he did play last week. It sounds like he's gonna be okay again to play this week. I'm okay going with those first two for sure. Yeah. And then it's really a toss up between Mike Williams and Robert Woods. Robert Woods, he's been pretty solid. The target share has been there. Mike Williams a little bit more boomer bust. I'm assuming that's what you mean by risk it for the biscuit, but I think I'd go with Mike Williams, to be honest, over Robert Woods. I think the upside's worth it, and the game is supposed to be very high scoring, the Chargers-Vikings game.
And I was about to say, at full strength, obviously, again, if Deebo's banged up going into the game, you can make an according call after that, but full strength, everybody's ready to go. Robert Woods would be the guy here.
Yeah. Brock says, hey, boys, what's up, Brock? Who should I start? I'm guessing that's T.Y. Hilton, Tyler Johnson, Edwards, or Van Jefferson. If Godwin and AB are out, AB probably for sure is out, but if Godwin is out also, I would start Tyler Johnson here.
Yeah,
but if
I agree.
Godwin is playing, then I'd probably go with T.Y. Hilton, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Against the Jags defense, Van Jefferson and him are both like fringe top 40 guys for me right now. I think that I'm pretty sure I have them back to back in my rankings. I think I have Hilton at 38 and Van Jefferson at 39.
I'm set in my rankings, but I can tell you now I'm not going to be that high on Van Jefferson. Maybe TY because again,
I'm 39 and 40. I have them both like right there.
So you like Van Jefferson then, eh?
Well, I mean the usage is there, right? The offense is good enough. It's basically a similar situation to what we're seeing in Buffalo with Beasley as like that third guy, or
That's fair.
Sanders that third guy that continually produces, except Cup obviously takes up a bigger share than what Diggs takes up. So overall, I think I would lean with T.Y. Hilton unless Godwin is out, then I would go with Tyler Johnson there. So
Yeah, definitely a fair call.
also, who is a good dynasty target for a competing team? I traded Michael Thomas to be. Oh, I traded for Michael Thomas to be my last flex, but he's he's out for the rest of the season. I have Beasley and Gallup as my two options at flex. So I'm guessing you need another flex option. If you're looking for a flex option that you can trade for low right now, I mean, we talked about it in the Dynasty Trade Targets show. I still think Mike Evans is a phenomenal buy low target.
Definitely.
Just because he's older, like he's a bit older for a receiver. He's like 27, 28 years old. A lot of people, again, it's all going to depend on who the rebuilding teams in your league have on their roster, right? Because we could tell you to go trade for Mike Evans, but if the guy who has Mike Evans in first place is not going to trade him to you. So I would just examine the roster of the rebuilding teams, of the teams that are, 1-8, 2-7, whatever, and see who they have on their team. If they have Woods, if they have Thielen, if they have somebody like that, then I would go, send some offers for those guys.
Side note, there's currently 36 people watching this stream right now. And let me tell you, there's probably not 36 people that are fully subscribed to the channel. We are currently 4 subscribers off of 8,000. 34 of you now. There's just 4 of you that need to hit that subscribe button, and we are at 8,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Be our 8,000 subscriber. Hey, shout it out in the channel. Yo, I was your 8,000 subscriber. Maybe we'll read it on screen. But yeah. Help us out there because we are inching away to that obviously milestone.
For sure. Jack says start 2, but 1 needs to be a running back. So Freeman, Moss, McKissick, Singletary, Peterson, Eno, Bateman, Elijah Moore, T.Y. Hilton. Okay, so
Freeman,
for me,
Bateman.
I'm going 2 running backs no matter what here. I think they're the better.
Really?
Yeah. So if Moss is out, then it's pretty easily Singletary as one of them for me. If everybody on here is playing, I'm probably going to go with Moss and McKissick, to be honest.
I'd go with Freeman over McKissick.
I wouldn't, dude. I'll
bet you that
right now. You'll go Freeman over McKissick?
I'll bet you that right now.
I don't know, man. Tampa's just giving it away to pass catching running backs.
I'll bet you that right now. I think Freeman's gonna have a game, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. I didn't play him in my showdown lineup, so there's definitely a good chance he will have a game now because I'm not playing him in my showdown lineup. But
so Spicy Hot, write that down.
Personally, Spicy Hot dropped out of here real quick, but
okay.
So I would go Moss and McKissick or Singletary, obviously, if Moss is out, and then Danny would go Freeman and Moss.
I would actually go. I mean, like, okay, if Moss plays, I'll go with Moss. But if Moss doesn't play, like, I just don't trust Singletary over Bateman. But obviously, you won't know that.
You won't know that. Dude. I think I would rather Moss in his situation. I would rather Moss be out, and I can just play Singletary.
Yeah, I mean, again, you won't know it, obviously. Like, so either way, like, yeah, you could just wait on that instead. If you knew what was happening right now, if you knew Moss is out, I would just go with Bateman. But because
I don't want to start Bateman right now just because Watkins is coming back. I want to see how the split kind of shakes out between those guys. And with Elijah Moore,
he's been earning targets.
Elijah Moore and T.Y. Hilton are also like decent options as well. But Morris got a terrible matchup against the Bills, and he also is not running the routes quite yet. And T.Y. Hilton, I would rather start those running backs over. So.
And that was the reason why I didn't opt for Moore. Obviously, that's a tough matchup, no doubt. Bateman, like if he has another game where he's, season high in snap percentage, season high in routes run, another 8 target type of game like we saw last week, like he's an every week starter at that point.
Yeah.
Again, obviously you want to see it one more week. It was coming off the bye, whatever.
We're 1 subscriber off of 8K now, by the way. So anybody who is in here that has not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. It is free. Like it doesn't cost you anything. Like why haven't you already done it if you're watching this stream? Anyway, $5 super chat. I'll let you know.
Side note, $5 from Colin. Appreciate that a lot. He says half PPR, pick 2 for flex. Cordero, Javonte, Elijah Mitchell, Bateman, Judy, Elijah Moore. Agree with Zeke and Swift as running back over all those options, right? First of all, yes, I agree with Zeke and Swift. They're your RB1, they're your RB2. In terms of the rest of those
Cordero's
rankings,
a lock as one of these.
I was about to say Cordero has to be a lock given the utilization he's been seeing, pass game, out of the backfield. I mean, I don't even know what to make of that situation. Anybody who
the
said
most sick I've ever been is the fact that I traded this dude away, dude. Like I'm actually so mad that I did that.
Definitely.
Mitchell in terms of the other guy for me, it'd be probably between Mitchell and Judy, but I would go with Mitchell.
I fully agree there. Yeah, I would go with Mitchell. It's a tougher matchup, don't get me wrong, against the Rams, but I mean, his workload is phenomenal. He's super efficient. And in general, I think he's kind of a top 15, 16 running back type lock week to week right now. So I would go with Mitchell.
Yeah, for sure. And quick shout out to Colin too. He did a consultation with us.
Yep.
Me and Danny hopped on a Zoom call with him. Basically, talked over his dynasty rosters and some of his redraft leagues and gave him some advice. So if you guys are interested in something like that, that is available on our website as well. You can book one of us or you can book both of us. He decided to book both, and it's a good time. Anyway, let me check if we're at 8. Are we at 8K yet? I'm looking.
We're at 7,999 when I checked.
Brutal. Anyway, Steven says,
how's it going, boys?
Going pretty good. Brock, hit the like button.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Hey guys, I'm a little concerned about Diggs and non-PPR. Only half the games plus 10 points. Who should I start in flex non-PPR? So in a standard league, Fournette, Diggs, Antonio. So Antonio Brown isn't going to play. I can say pretty confidently, listening to the Bucks, all their press conferences and shit, because I'm a Bucks fan, that Antonio's not going to play. So Diggs and Fournette is your real decision here. I still would go with Diggs, even though it's a good matchup for Fournette too. So he has a good chance of getting in the end zone. But I would personally go with Diggs. It's a bounce back spot for the Bills offense. They're gonna do better than they did last week. I know it's kind of we hit AK, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I agree, by the way. I would go Diggs. But here, let me get a nice little screenshot, and we can set that up for the Twitter after the stream. Let's go.
Amber says again, Patrick Mahomes or Carson Wentz. Does Mahomes in the offense finally click against the Raiders, especially after the last play to Hill? Yeah, I'm still going with Mahomes here. I know he's obviously not been what you expected if you drafted him in the 3rd, 4th round or whatever, but he's still a guy that I'm going to start over a guy like Carson Wentz. If you had Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, somebody that was like a bit better of an option, then I'm okay sitting Mahomes. But with Carson Wentz, he's in a good spot too against Jacksonville, but I would rather play Mahomes.
Yeah, no, I agree there.
Okay, who should I trade Kamara for? Should I trade Kamara straight up for Dalvin? I mean, both of these guys are risky as hell right now. So,
I mean, like, if you need a win this week, I don't think Kamara is going to play. Like, if you're like 3-6 right now and you're scared Kamara's not going to play, then sure. But then on the flip side, we have all the allegations going on with Dalvin. So, I mean, I'd probably just hold Kamara, honestly, because I don't know what's going to happen with that legal situation at Dalvin, but at least with Kamara, we know it's a football related, it's an injury. He's going to be back. If some negative shit comes out of Dalvin, listen, like, we don't know. We can't predict the future. Like, it's already a mess to begin with. Like, if more stuff starts coming out, like, I just don't want to touch that situation.
Yeah, so, exactly. If you could trade Kamara straight up for Eckler right now, I'd rather do that.
Okay. But I went into the question thinking, if you need to win Dalvin, but like then I thought, no, Dalvin's got his own allegations. But no, if it's like an Eckler, a Taylor, someone like that, okay, I'm fine with making that type of move. But for Dalvin, like, he's just so fucking risky on his own, right, that I'm just staying away.
Yeah, for sure. I got 2 questions. Both are lengthy. Should I get rid of Dalvin now before any evidence allegation? So speaking of Dalvin Cook, basically, I would just keep him personally. Again, if Alexander Mattison is available for you, go out and acquire him. If you have to, trade something for him, I mean, I don't want to do something like that. But if you have to give up, Jacoby Myers or somebody a little bit better than that, Jarvis Landry or something like that for Alex Mattison just to cover your ass, I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I have Alexander Mattison, and I know like you're not a big hold your handcuffs guy, but when we know who the handcuff is, I'll do it. Like when we know Alexander Mattison is Dalvin Cook's handcuff, that's why I still have him. If it was, Swift with Jamal Williams, we don't know how that situation would kind of play out if Swift went down. So I only hold handcuffs who I know who it is. If I have Zeke, I'll hold Pollard. If I have,
if they're cheap
Cook,
enough,
I have Madison. Like that's when I'll do it.
Like if they're cheap enough, I don't mind it, especially in season long leagues. But if it's a situation where they're expensive on their own, right? Like AJ Dillon was super, super expensive. So like if you took Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, you're basically using 2 top 10 round picks on the same running back situation, basically contingent on the fact that if Aaron Jones is on the field, you won't need Aaron Dillon or AJ Dillon, your 10th round pick, and vice versa. If you use AJ Dillon, that means your 1st round pick got hurt. So if it's that type of situation, I'm eeky. But if it was like Alex Madison,
I took Madison in like the 11th or 12th round. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was going in like the 13th round in most leagues, and like at that point, it's like, okay, like we know Dalvin Cook is a volatile running back in his own right, so I don't mind it at that point, because realistically, in the 13th round, like who are you comparing at that point? Like Alex Madison or like as solid as Cole Beasley is, like if you have Dalvin Cook, are you really going to miss the production of a Cole Beasley to secure an Alex Madison? No. So anyways, we left off on Joey here. We actually got another super chat, $1.99 from Chicken Leg. Peace. thoughts on Lamar's fantasy tonight? Yeah, he's fringe quarterback one this week.
I'm
Honestly,
doing my
gonna be a
showdown
massacre.
lineup, and I'm like, can I do this
You can't fade him.
without putting Lamar in the MVP
You
slot?
can't.
I'm doing it. I don't care.
You can't.
The smart play is to fade Lamar in the MVP slot, because if he isn't the MVP, then you just eliminated 75% of the field, because they're all going to play him in the MVP slot. So I put Hollywood in the MVP slot, hoping that he can get to 100 yards or something like that in this game, maybe score a touchdown, and Lamar doesn't have a fucking 45-point game.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
Very possible that Lamar does have a 45-point game. So that's my thoughts on Lamar Jackson's fantasy night tonight. Could be a huge game for him. Anyway,
yeah, I agree.
Joey says, who scores tonight? Bateman. Again, I want to see how they're going to use Watkins and Bateman in that rotation at wide receiver. Hopefully, Bateman just stays on the field and Watkins is just mixed in place of Devin Duvernay, because that's what I think is best for the Ravens offense going forward, but you never know. Trade away Waller for Lamb in a first. Yeah, absolutely. In a dynasty league, yeah. I would rather have Lamb than Waller straight up.
Yep. No, I agree there easily.
Wait,
what? Lamb in a first for Waller? What?
Yeah, that's wild to me. I have
Ludicrous.
Moss and Mitchell as my starter. Should I play Freeman tonight, replacing one of them? In this situation, Hector, I would play Freeman over Moss, just because you're not going to know if he's playing or not. So if you don't have Singletary, or you don't have another option that you can pivot to that's not, Singletary or whatever, if Moss doesn't play, then you're going to be screwed. So I would just play Freeman instead of Moss personally.
Yep. No, I fully agree there.
So how about my cards, baby? Who going to stop us? I'm not sure if Tampa Bay plays you, but we would stop you if we
week 17, brother. I'm excited. But either way, man, like if the Rams don't win the NFC right now, man, which of our top contender secondaries is going to keep up with Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, and Robert Woods?
Yeah, I don't know. Odell Beckham will probably melt that team from the inside.
That's the only thing we can hope for at this point. Maybe like from a personality issue, sure, but you guys are banged up in the secondary. We don't have.
We're getting healthy now though, because Bunting's practicing.
Even when you're healthy,
practicing.
Though,
when we're healthy, we can beat the Rams. We just have not been healthy,
and I think we can too. But it's hard to look over that fucking core. Genuinely speaking.
And also, like I said, we need to get the 1 seed, or at least a better seed than Los Angeles gets, because I would much rather Arizona win the 1 seed, we get the 2 seed, and Los Angeles is the 5 seed, and we can, if they come to our building, it's a lot easier of a matchup for us than us going to SoFi or whatever. That was just a tough game to have.
All I'm gonna say at this point, I think if I had to make my prediction right now, I think the Cowboys are going to end up being the 3 seed. Genuinely, I know it's a gut feeling. I don't know which of the top 5 teams are going to finish above us, or top 4 technically, because 2 are in the same division. But I have a gut feeling it's just going to be the 3 seed.
It wouldn't shock me if Green Bay was the 4 seed.
Yeah, we're gonna play the Saints in the first round. Knock on wood, I think we beat them, and then it would be a Cowboys versus Bucks divisional round match.
I hope the Saints don't make the playoffs. I don't want to see that.
They're going to,
team
man.
in the playoffs. They're so boring. I don't want to play you.
The only thing that I would
like to play them again and just wipe the floor with them, because they annoy me. But anyway, also just traded away Kareem Hunt for Josh Jacobs. Now I have Chubb, Mixon, Jacobs, and Dalvin. Also have Keenan and Debo. Should I just stick with this team? Yeah, I don't mind trading away Kareem Hunt for Josh Jacobs. Both guys are, not 100% the most risk-proof guys anyway. So if Jacobs has a big week, I'd probably be looking to shop him away too. But I don't mind trading away Hunt for Jacobs there.
Yep, I agree.
Godwin and Devontae Smith for Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. RB2 is Sanders. I would rather have Godwin and Devontae Smith, I think. And I guess you're completely screwed at running back. Your RB2 is Sanders. I'd like to know who your wide receivers are if you're okay at that position. On a pure value basis, I think Godwin and Devontae Smith is probably the better side of this deal. But
I agree.
With Godwin dealing with the foot injury, your need for running back, I definitely don't hate the trade.
For sure. So we left off at JPV. We actually got another super chat here from Steven Smith, a $5 super chat. Appreciate that. He says, should I start Mitchell or Bateman for my flex spot? I'd go with Mitchell with the guaranteed production we've seen from him thus far. Again, we kind of mentioned it. As much as I've liked what I've seen from Bateman, I talked about the usage on the waiver show. It's been trending upwards every single week. Elijah Mitchell has shown at this point, again, we're still wary about Shanahan, depending on what he does rest of the season, has shown he's a top 15 running back. So until he doesn't, given the workload he's seen, I can't sit him for a guy that, although might have a better upside with Bateman, has a much lower floor. So I would go with Mitchell.
Yep. Also, I just got a sleeper report that Debo's not even on the injury report, so it sounds like he's good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. 100% CMC this week.
Yep.
Workload wise, like health wise, sure, but at workload, I think he's going to still be like 80-90%. But I mean, we saw him at 50% last week, and he was still a top 15 running back on the week.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
He got 20 opportunities playing fucking 50% of the snaps. Like, what is that?
Lambert, who's in my league, actually says Bateman breakout game incoming. Yeah, he's the reason I don't have Bateman in my league. As soon as I dropped Bateman because I didn't think we were going to have IR spots, he picked him up, and then our commissioner added IR spots, and I didn't get to have Rashad Bateman. And then he also sniped me on Devontae Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore during the draft. Got all guys that I really liked, and he sniped me constantly. Sure. So shout out to Lambert.
Let's rip these now. Chubb playing, not 100% sure, but
he is double vaxxed. He should be okay.
I think so as well. Aaron Jones has lost me my matchup 2 weeks in a row. Need him to show up this week. I agree. Or should I trade him plus Corey Davis for Taylor?
If you can get Taylor for,
I don't mind
if you can
that
get
at
Taylor
all.
for and Corey for Corey Davis and Aaron Jones, then yeah, do that.
Flex Moss or Javonte in full PPR.
Give me Javonte Williams.
Yeah,
there.
I was about to say even if Moss plays, I'd probably go Javonte. I think Kamara will play. I think it's doubtful at this point.
From
what I'm hearing,
practicing 2 straight days is not encouraging. He needs to at least limited tomorrow, or else he's probably not going to play.
Nick Underhill was skeptical as well, too, the leading Saints reporter. Who's a good buy low receiver? Well, check the channel because Bush has
it depends what kind of receiver are you looking for? Are you looking for a stud? Or if you're looking for a stud, Devontae Adams is a guy that I think is a good buy low. I talked about Terry McLaurin. I talked about
CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper.
CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper on Tuesday's video. Devontae Adams, just because of the fact that he had a down game, then he had the COVID, then he had Aaron Rodgers not out. He's just kind of annoying people right now, including myself who has him. Yeah, the stash for sure. If you're looking for a depth guy, I think Marvin Jones is somebody that you can get for dirt cheap right now.
Yeah. Wentz or Matt Ryan. Who's the freaking Colts play? I didn't even see.
Jaguars. Jags.
I'll go Wentz.
Yeah, I'll take.
I know Matt Ryan plays the Cowboys, but I'll go with Wentz.
Tua is not playing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, honestly, at your guys' point, just kind of rest Kyler up. You're playing the Panthers, so Colt McCoy was able to get it done against the 49ers last week. At this point, just let Kyler rest up because you guys are going to need him against Dallas week 17 Tucker, in the playoffs. So
PJ Walker, you mean? It's not a PJ Tucker.
Side note, I think Cam might start, bro.
I mean, so the thing about Cam, though, is that he was never actually on that team with that coaching staff.
That's
so he does have to learn the playbook and stuff. So
he's going to throw the ball 25 times anyways if he plays. He's just going to run the ball 15 times.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't actually answer that.
I'd go with Gaskin.
I would 100% go with Gaskin here.
You won't know Chubb's status.
You're not going to know if Chubb is playing or not. Yeah. And, if Dearness Johnson ends up being the starting running back and Chubb is out, then I would just try and find a way to squeeze him into your lineup elsewhere.
Yeah. Livestream, no spamming. Danny Bush will get to your questions. So Javon's got us covered, baby. Let's go. Hey, guys, thoughts on DJ Moore with Walker this week? Can't be much worse than what it was with Sam.
Yeah, no, I still have him as a top 24 guy.
Yeah, agreed. Chubb out this week. Not too sure. Obviously, he is double back, so I do think he'll be fine. But we actually left out on Nate. We actually got a $10 super chat from Troy Smith. Appreciate that. He says, I am 3-6. My team is loaded. Herbert, CMC, Cook, Hill, AJ Brown. Oh, my God. That team is phenomenal.
You don't do anything to answer your question. You don't do anything. You got to hope for better luck. That's pretty much all you're at this point.
It's kind of skimpy for me and other people when we always say, oh yeah, I'm losing because of variance, or he's losing because of
sometimes you lose because of variance, though.
You are losing because of variance right now. That team, the fact that it is 3-6, I don't care if it's a 2-man league, a 4-man league, a 6-man league, that team is loaded. So I don't know how you're 3-6, but either way, you sit pat, you wait for Montgomery to come back. You wait for Chase to come back.
Did you get CMC, Dalvin Cook, and Alvin Kamara on one team?
Ridiculous. Probably a dynasty team.
Yeah, probably. Same with Tyreek and AJ Brown too. That's just, dude, there's no way you should be losing. So in my opinion, you just gotta hope for better luck. That's pretty much all you're at this point.
And again, I appreciate that $10 super chat.
Yeah, I appreciate that a ton.
Smash the like. Amen, Nathan. Smash the like if you guys are watching the stream. Got a question from Zach Hall. So today I traded Patterson and Mitchell for CD and Gibson. I then swapped Gibson for Clyde because I know CD could be healthier, or Gibson could be healthier, but I don't want any part of that volatility. Then did Clyde for DJ Moore. So basically CD and DJ Moore for Patterson and Mitchell. I'd be willing to make that move. If you
Yeah,
don't,
I would be
if
as
you're not
well.
desperate at
If you
running
can,
back,
if
I
you
like the
can,
upside receivers.
if you can hold the running, like if you can handle losing some running backs, I'm okay doing
Yeah,
that.
I fully agree. Let me just go. How do you think McCaffrey will do with Cam on the Panthers? I think McCaffrey's going to be fine. I mean, we saw obviously when they did play together, McCaffrey was still a locked and loaded top 2 running back in fantasy the year Saquon was number 1. So, I think he's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Who should I start this week at running back in your opinion? Choose 2 of these 4: Javonte, AJ Dillon, Bolden, Mark Ingram. If Kamara's out, I think Kamara is going to be out, so I would put Ingram, obviously against the Tennessee Titans, into one of my 2. And in terms of my other one, I would go with Javonte Williams.
Yeah, I'd go with that as well. But if Kamara does play, I would probably, and this will
Bolden.
depend on the Patriots running backs too, but Bolden could be a guy that you throw into your lineup if Harris and Stevenson are out, and neither of them practiced today.
Yeah,
So
head
it's
injuries,
possible
right?
that those guys are out too. Yeah, they both got concussions.
Yep.
Uh,
Going to be in trouble with receivers this next 2 weeks. Should I sell Montgomery for Deontay? Not going to use Montgomery if no one gets injured. Yeah, if Montgomery's like your RB3 or RB4, I don't mind getting a locked and loaded stud like Deontay. They're comparable value in terms of what they bring in value over replacement anyway. So I don't mind making that move, especially in any type of PPR format.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just checking my one
Go
lineup to
for it.
make sure I have everything right.
Starting Bateman tonight just to have someone to root for. Hopefully this week he gets into the end zone. Yeah, facts. Hopefully he does because I am starting him. I have in my main home league, Bush, take this in. The Ravens trio stack of Lamar Jackson, Devontae Freeman, and Rashad Bateman this week. Because T. Higgins on bye, so I have to start Bateman, and it's a 2 flex league, 2 receivers, so it's 4 total players. So
Right.
yeah. Flex Bateman or Sutton, half PPR. I would still go with Sutton.
Oh my God,
personally.
I totally forgot I traded for Leonard Fournette in our Dynasty League. I'm like, oh my God, I got to start Zach Moss and Damian Harris this week at running back. I totally forgot it because Saquon's on bye. I'm like, I totally forgot I have Leonard Fournette on my roster. That's blessed.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. Should I still be starting DJ Moore? The bench spot looking really nice for him lately. I would start DJ Moore. Hopefully the quarterback change rejuvenates him. Thoughts on McCaffrey this week? I think he'll be fine. I mean, on 50% opportunity or snaps last week, he was 20 opportunities. So Devontae Freeman or Brandon Ayuk. If you're looking for a floor, I think it's Freeman. If you're looking for a ceiling here, I think it's Ayuk.
I don't give a shit about his ceiling and floor. Give me Ayuk there.
They're probably close in terms
You're
of...
way higher on Devontae Freeman than I am.
I am. I think he's going to have a good game.
He's in my top 30 just simply by the fact that there's no good running backs.
He's RB21 for me this week.
That's wild. So who do you have him over that I don't have him
I think he's going to get him. We're going to do a bet right now. I have him over Javonte.
Give me Javonte, dude. Are you
okay? You want to bet that right now?
Yes, absolutely.
Right, let's do it right now.
Get it down, Spicy Hot.
There's a good chance TY catches a deep bomb just because it's the Jags. Yeah,
dude, that's exactly my thought process on TY as well.
Yeah, facts. Myles Gaskin, Miami, or Darrell Williams, Chiefs as my RB2. I would go with... Who do I have?
I have Darrell Williams a bit higher, but that's pretty close.
Yeah, I have Darrell Williams a bit higher, but I'd probably start Gaskin because you don't know the status of CH.
I don't think CH is going to play this week. I think
Maybe
it's a pretty safe bet. I mean, I would look it up quickly before the game starts to see if CH, because like I saw a thing that said CH was like looking good in practice or whatever, but they haven't activated him off IR yet.
We actually got 2 other super chats, so hold wherever we are. $2 from Colin, appreciate that. Half PPR, one of Sutton, Sanders, or Bateman. Smash like, appreciate that with the smash like and the super chat. In terms of the answer to this question, so you got Emmanuel Sanders going up against the Jets. You got Cortland Sutton going up against, off my head, who the fucking play? Philadelphia, and then you got Bateman obviously tonight against Miami. I'd
take Emmanuel Sanders.
I agree.
Has not gotten targets anytime Judy's been on the field, and the Eagles are good against the pass too. Like in general, so I would actually just go with Emmanuel Sanders there. I know it kind of is a hard decision to make because Sutton is traditionally been a lot more consistent than Sanders, and Sanders dropped like a shit game last week and 2 weeks ago too. So it's a little hard to trust him, but I would go with Emmanuel Sanders. I think it's a get right spot for the Bills offense.
Gavin, appreciate that. Another 279 super chat. He says, start one of Mitchell, Freeman, Dearness Johnson, PPR. Look, I've been talking about Freeman's praises all night, but there's no chance I'm starting him over Elijah Mitchell. So I would go with Elijah Mitchell out of this group.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, do you have where we left off, by the way?
Got Gordo here. He says, should I start Waddle, Brown, and Gaskin for this game? Yeah, I think they're all good.
I don't mind
good options to start in this one. I have Brown inside my top 15 wide receivers, I think. Gaskins inside my top 24 running backs, and Waddle's inside my top 30 wide receivers.
Marquise Brown's currently inside my top 15 receivers.
Brock says, yeah, that makes sense. I wanted Brady in my super flex league, but he's on the other best team. Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing that's shitty about saying trade targets is that you go to look and they're literally on the best team in the league, and there's no reason that they would trade them. Yeah. Flex Renfro, Ayuk, or Bateman. I would go with Ayuk there, but I think Renfro is also a solid option.
If Najee is out, who would pick up the bulk of the work in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, so he popped up on the injury report randomly today. I think, I mean, the tone setter himself is probably the direct backup, Benny Snell, but I don't want to start Benny Snell. Like, he'd be like a back end RB for me, I guess.
If Najee Harris is ruled out, you already know who's going on the trade block in the Dynasty League.
Yeah. Dude, if Najee Harris is ruled out, that flips the entire DFS slate on its head because he is mega chalk this week.
Him against Detroit?
Yeah, he's literally the most stone chalk thing I've ever seen in my life. And if
what's McCaffrey's projected ownership, bro?
Dude, he honestly might be a guy that you can get for a decent discount.
But
like the whole top end of running backs, JT against
JT
the Jacksonville Jaguars, like those guys are they're in such great spots. I'm gonna play a lot of Eckler, I think.
I was about to say Eckler contrarian against Minnesota.
Yeah, and I Herbert Eckler and Keenan Allen stacked Eckler, but I Herbert Keenan Allen stacked last week. This week I'm probably gonna go with like a Herbert Keenan Allen Eckler stack or something. Anyway, should I stream the Ravens DST today?
Yes.
Yeah, against Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, it's a good option.
Dawson Knox and Renfro for Pitts, absolutely.
Yes, instantly. If you can get Pitts for that as a smash.
Cut for Aaron Jones, Devontae Smith if you need a running back.
Okay, so this is in our listener league, by the way. BMAC is offering him this trade.
BMAC.
Yeah, he asked me if I should do that. I said, it depends, fair. But like, I think it's a pretty fair deal, to be honest. He has like no great wide receivers. Aaron Jones is his, I think his second or third running back because he also has Barkley and he also has somebody else.
I'm pretty sure Wyatt got Cooper Kupp for Elijah Mitchell and Laviska Shenault.
Is that what happened?
Week 3.
I thought he drafted him.
No, he traded for him.
Yikes.
Who do you want to keep out of Tony, Bateman, Rondale, rest of season, full PPR? It's Bateman for me, then it's Tony, then it's Rondale in that order.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easily Bateman for me.
Yeah.
Like, I like Tony he's good and he's definitely proven me wrong a little bit in terms of his like ability, but I still think Bateman's just the far better option. He's in the way better offense, and I think he's just the better player too.
Amber says, thanks for the advice, boys. Keep up the great content. Appreciate that a lot. Congrats to AK. Hopefully the 4 already subscribed. Yeah, they did. We are currently at
8,003 actually.
There you go. Hey, 7 people hit that. So again, I appreciate the support from all of you, including Amber. So hit that like button too. Yeah, listen to Colin. Hit that damn like button. Let me check what we're currently at. There's 62 people watching the stream. I better be close to 62 likes. I bet you it's gonna be at like 23. Let me just take a look. Oh, it's at 38. Okay. It's at 38. Let's see that up to 47 next time I check. But
Dearness Johnson, Ayuk, Bateman, or Damian Harris.
Ayuk.
Yeah, give me Ayuk there. Damian Harris status is in question for sure.
McLaurin versus Cooper and PPR. I'd go
McLaurin versus Tampa. Cooper versus
Atlanta.
Yeah, give me. He's got AJ Terrell primary coverage, and who's been really good this year. I honestly think I would go with McLaurin here.
I think this is a get right for the Cowboys offense. Man.
I think it's a get right for the Washington offense too.
I mean, which offense would you trust more in getting right?
Oh, of course I would trust the Cowboys offense more, but McLaurin's his usage is way better than Cooper.
And absolutely, again, like from a floor perspective, maybe you want to go with McLaurin, but like,
yeah, the ceiling favors Cooper for sure. I think both of those guys are bona fide top 20, top 15.
Yeah, top 15 plays. Wait, should I start Bateman or Elijah Mitchell? I go 100%. Mitchell. Yep. Are we starting Hollywood and Bateman tonight, or should I wait for Julio? I
would wait for Julio. I would rather start him over Bateman.
I want to know what your options are, honestly, because if you have no better
Julio's not on the injury report.
Yeah.
I'd rather start, and AJ Brown's going to get shadowed by Marshawn Lattimore, so I'll take Julio over Bateman pretty easily.
I'm starting both Bateman and Julio in my home league, so I hope both are good.
Do I start Devontae Freeman or Rashad Bateman?
I go Freeman.
I'd go Freeman in that situation, yeah.
There you go.
Yes, boys. Happy 8K. Congratulations to both of you. Yeah, appreciate it.
That.
8K, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
I also have Elijah Moore.
Where's your question?
Oh, he said, yes, I'd still go Ayuk there.
Yeah, I agree.
Should I trade away? Okay, yeah, CMC and Keenan Allen for Devontae Adams and Saquon. Yeah, give me Adams and Saquon there.
Yep. Standard League, Bateman or Emmanuel Sanders. Sanders.
Yep.
Congrats on AK. Appreciate that, Riley.
Yeah. Shout out to Riley. I think I play Riley in 2 weeks or next week. I can't remember when I play him.
Damn. Gaskin or Daryl Williams? I would go with Gaskin personally.
I'd still go with Daryl Williams.
Really? I'll make that bet too.
Well, we talked about this. We already answered this question, right? So Daryl Williams, I don't think CEH is playing. So I'd go with Daryl Williams. I'd risk it. He's enough ahead of Gaskin for me that I'm okay risking it a little bit.
They're back to back for me right now, 17-18.
I have Williams at like 15 and Miles Gaskin like 22.
Oh, damn. Oof.
Yeah.
I think Gaskin's going to have a decent game, man.
Sure. I just think Daryl Williams' role is way more valuable.
Fair.
Freeman or Singletary?
Freeman.
I'd say probably just start Freeman because you're not going to know if Singletary's going to be alone in the backfield or not. Grats on 8K.
Appreciate that, Brock.
Appreciate it.
It's about the Montgomery Deontay trade again. I could stick it through with Jerry Jeudy these next 2 weeks, or should I just hold? I don't mind.
I'd rather have Montgomery and Jerry Jeudy than
I don't
you
mind
did say you
Jeudy.
weren't even starting Montgomery. So if I were you, if you wanted to trade both of those guys, Montgomery and Jeudy, and try and get, I don't know, a wide receiver like a Diggs or something like that, that's probably what I would do.
Yeah, and again, feel free to DM either of us as well, so we can go a little more in depth for you. The second account came in clutch. Yes, sir, Brock. Appreciate that. Got offered CMC and Lamb for AK, DJ Moore, and Kirk. CMC and Lamb side easily. Not even close.
Give me CMC and Lamb for sure.
Wait, never mind. Judy's buys next week too. Oh, damn.
True.
Will Mark Andrews have a huge night? I don't know. Matchup guy. What are you thinking?
He lines up well for this game. I think he's probably in for a pretty decent one.
I hope so. I have Lamar.
Yeah.
Though I
have Andrews in the Listener Dynasty League, and I need to win this week.
Just give me your first round pick, bro.
No, I'm not giving you my first round pick because I might be high. Based on all the injuries that's happened to my team, it might be high now. I lost.
Dude, don't we have the same record right now?
Dude, I lost Claypool now too. Like my team is getting decimated by injuries.
Yeah. Side note: I am tanking, and I have 7 firsts and 6 seconds or whatever. And Bush is like a win now team, and we have the same record right now.
Yeah, because my team.
I have like 300 points less than you.
Brutal.
Cook's case is
he plays rest of the season. Fair enough.
I hope so. I have Jonathan Taylor. Should I trade Henderson for a wide receiver? Yes, I would.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would as well.
You could probably get like a Diggs level fucking receiver at this point.
For Henderson, yeah, probably.
Mitchell or Freeman flex. I'll go Mitchell there, SP. Sexy Pats? No, I'm kidding. Who should I start at flex this week? Bateman, Elijah Moore, Kirk, or Boston Scott?
I'd go Christian Kirk there.
I mean, we don't know if Kyler's playing, but then again, he did good with Colt McCoy last week. I go Bateman. I go with Bateman just because there's a lot of ambiguity around this situation with the guards.
Yeah.
OBJ to the Rams, just phenomenal. Like fuck. Any chance I play Bateman over Singletary, Devontae Smith?
A lot more faith in OBJ than I do.
Nah, I think he's still really good, bro. He still separates. Matt Harmon said he hasn't declined. It's just fucking him and Baker.
I understand that. I don't know. I'm sick of his bullshit.
For real. I mean, you just traded him away in the Dynasty League. You want no part.
Well, yeah. No, Lucas wanted Evans from me. So I was like, okay, yeah. So this is a Dynasty trade real quick. Just a side note that I made. I'm tanking basically because my team is dog shit. And I traded away Mike Evans and Odell Beckham Jr. like yesterday afternoon or whatever for what did I get in return? Cole Kmet, Devontae Smith, Michael Thomas, and a third round pick.
Yeah. I think you won that deal.
Yeah, I think Michael Thomas alone could be worth Evans and Odell after this year. Like once Michael Thomas gets back to full health and maybe he's not on the Saints or whatever the case is, I think he's going to be back to people viewing him as like a top 15 wide receiver. Plus, a lot of people are going to talk him up simply by the fact that he was so valuable in the past couple of years. So it's pretty hard for people to forget about that. Like this guy was legitimately the wide receiver 1 in Dynasty like 2 years ago.
Side note, Zeke and CD, absolutely fine with that. Not even worried at all.
Yeah.
Should I play Waddle or wait for Hopkins, Mike Williams, or Julio? I would just wait for those other options as much as I like Waddle.
Yeah.
Cards are not banged up in the secondary. We murdered the Rams in LA. I'll take the 1 seed. I don't know.
I hope you guys get the 1 seed too, because I'm far less scared of you than I am of Los Angeles in the playoffs.
Facts. Is James Robinson playing this week, or should I need to start Freeman and RB2 this
J.
week?
Rob, I think just fine. Yeah. Urban Meyer said on Monday that J. Rob was playing.
Should I start Russell Wilson over Cousins as well as Lockett over Lockett or DJ Moore. If Russ plays and you have the Russ Lockett stack, I don't mind it if you're shooting for upside. Say you're playing the first place team, you need upside. Otherwise, I would probably just roll with Russ and DJ Moore if Russ plays.
Yeah, I mean, Lockett's got a great matchup this week, and he is getting Russ back. I actually think I would go with Russ and Lockett just by
That's
the
what I'm
fact that
saying.
you do have Russ.
Like in terms of shooting for upside, there's not many stacks.
It's not a huge
that have
difference
as much
between
stack.
him and DJ Moore as of right now, like this week, just because DJ Moore has PJ Walker at quarterback, and we don't really know what we're getting quite yet. Potentially Cam Newton at quarterback. We have no idea with DJ Moore right now. And the Panthers, that game has a 44-point over-under. The Panthers are 10.5 dogs. So their implied point total is what, like 11 points or something like that? It's really bad.
That would, I mean, it'd be 27-17 pretty much.
Yeah, like it's
17
not,
points implied.
Yeah, they're not implied
Not
for
good.
a lot of points. So, and Lockett, this would be so classic of Lockett to go off this week too. It just would make a lot of sense. He went off the week before the bye, goes off this week, then you sell him high. He will be a sell high candidate for me if he goes off.
Guess who we played against the week before the bye?
The Jags.
No, in terms of like matchup in my league.
You. Yeah, big facts.
I'm like the third most points in my league, and I'm 3-6.
All right, let's try and speed through these before kickoff starts. Got Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, AJ Brown, Hollywood Brown. Have to sit one. What are your thoughts? I think I'd sit Deebo.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Probably Deebo.
I don't want to sit any of them, but I would sit Deebo probably in that situation.
Hurts or Wentz this week can be Hurts. Moved Mixon, Hurts, Bateman for Aaron Jones, Josh Allen, one quarterback league. Yeah, I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, I like that move.
Yeah. Just traded Devontae Adams and gave up Swift, Moore, and Williams. Traded for Devontae Williams. You gave up Swift, DJ Moore, and Mike Williams.
If that's Mike, I don't know what Williams that is. It's an 8 team, so top end talent matters. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I also have Saquon and Eckler. Do you think I overpaid? I would say a little bit.
Yeah,
but it is an 8 team format, so I don't hate going for the studs.
Will James Robinson play good? Yeah, I hope so, bro. I think so.
It's a tough matchup, but he's got a good enough volume share that he should be all right.
If Kamara doesn't play, I'll go with Ingram. That's a cake matchup against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Other than last week, apparently they just wanted to romp the Rams. Should I trade Waddle?
This is an interesting question. Would you trade Jalen Waddle for 3 top 5 second round rookie picks?
No.
You'd rather have Jalen Waddle than 3 second rounders
in this class? Yeah. If it was like a first and a second, maybe, but like I
think that's a pretty fair value trade.
It's not bad, but at this point, given
are you going to have a chance at Olave or anybody like that in the early second round?
I think you will
because I think
you'll probably get
we're going to get a couple first round quarterbacks every year. We say the QB class is not as good, and we'll get a couple first round quarterbacks.
I think it's going to end up like first round quarterbacks are probably going to end up being Corral, Willis, and what's his name?
Strong,
Howell. I don't know about Strong. I don't know what his draft capital is going to be.
What about Pickett or whatever, the Pitt kid?
He's not bad either. This is such
he might be a guy that gets some steam during the like pro day process and shit though. I could see him totally. I think for sure we're gonna get 2 to 3 first round quarterbacks. It's just a fact. Like it just happens. Like it's gonna push some guys down the board. We're probably gonna have a couple running backs in there. I don't know. Like, is there a tight end in this class that's gonna be like a highly coveted guy?
Not really.
No,
Jalen Weidermeyer.
Yeah, like you got to figure these wide receivers are probably going to dry up pretty quick. So if you don't have a chance at like Olave, Garrett Wilson, like anybody around the like mid to late first round area in the second round, then this is probably not a good trade.
Well, like let's do a hypothetical right now. Would you rather Waddle or John Mechie, Carson Strong, and Jalen Weidermeyer? That's a lot of unknown for at least
a lot
of
unknown factor. Yeah,
at least I know Waddle's like probably a dynasty like top
and like I highly doubt you're going to get anybody with top 10 draft capital at the point that you're going to get with Jalen Waddle. Obviously, as the 6th overall pick last year. So I think I just keep Waddle. But that was an interesting trade. Discussion,
I mean, it's not too far off. Again, if you're getting a first and a second, I would do that.
Yeah.
So.
Did you guys talk about the change Newton has on the offense? Yeah, I mean, like Cam Newton is probably not going to change the offense a whole lot, in my opinion, because it wasn't a high value or high volume passing offense anyway. They were consistently running on first and second down, and in neutral situations, they were one of the most run heavy teams in the league. So it really doesn't change much of anything to me. Like Sam Darnold was passing for like 175 receiving yards or passing yards a game. So I'm not like this doesn't suddenly tank the offense. It's not like Tom Brady went down, Cam Newton came in or something.
Facts. Alexei Pokusevsky, shout out to the OKC Thunder. Hamilton represents Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Hamilton, actually. DJ Moore or Devontae Freeman. I would go DJ Moore here.
Yeah, give me DJ Moore. I traded
Sorry,
Schultz
Baboon.
and Deontay Harris and got Chris Carson. I don't mind that move. It's not like he gave up too much. Get an upside swing on Chris Carson.
Agreed. Would you rather Julio Jones or Marvin Jones? Give me Julio at that point.
I have them back to back in my rankings, but give me Julio as well.
Yeah.
Michael Gallup and Henderson or Zeke Elliott. Give me Zeke Elliott there.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure.
Hey, PJ Tucker, what a beauty. We already answered that. Nice. Pittman and Metcalf for Diggs. My starters would be A-Rob.
I'd rather have Pittman and Metcalf.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Metcalf and Diggs are in the same tier, so give me Pittman on top of them.
Start 3: Cooper, Waddle, Godwin, McLaurin, Deontay Johnson. I would start Cooper.
Give me Cooper and Deontay for sure, because we don't know 100% if Godwin's playing. But if Godwin plays, I'll take him over McLaurin. If he doesn't play, obviously, then I would start McLaurin.
Yep, I agree there. Would you recommend trying to move away from Kamara right now? If so, who should I target? I would just hold Kamara.
I think you're probably just going to lose too much value if you try and trade him now.
Would you play Pittman and flex or play Gaskin tonight?
Pittman, 100%.
The way Pittman's been playing, man, he looks
against
like
the Jags, man. I'm not. There's no way I'm sitting Pittman.
Shall I go start Devontae Freeman tonight in my fantasy? If you have no other top 20 options, I would. Again, I have him at RB21. Butch has him a little lower. What, RB27 you said?
27, yeah.
Yeah, so I personally would feel comfortable starting Devontae Freeman. He looked good. He got a good amount of opportunity last week and completely annihilated the snap share in that backfield for the Ravens. So I don't mind doing that. It's 10-man full PPR, rip. Do I start Ayuk, CH, or Bateman 10-team PPR? Give me Ayuk there. I've had the most points scored.
By the way, Troy said it's a 10 because he showed us his team. Remember? That, and you said it was. I don't care if it's a 4-team, 6-team, whatever. He said it's a 10-man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there any other stuff? Oh, the game already started.
The game kind of already started.
You want to just read like a few more, like maybe up to this super chat, and then get out of here?
Yeah.
All right. That's wild though, Brock. 4 and 5 Herbert. What do I do? Trade Kamara? No. I wouldn't trade Kamara. I think that team's gonna be able to figure it out.
That there, Zach.
AJ Brown, DK Terry, and AB Lash. Damn. Start Knox or Pratt Fryermuth.
Give me Pat.
That's close, man. I would go with Pat too.
No. Give me Knox. Give me Knox. Actually, I just remembered I do have Knox ranked higher. Yeah, like
who do I have ranked higher?
It's a good matchup for both guys
against the Lions.
Really go wrong with either one. I guess so. I do have Knox ranked higher, but now that I think about it, I think I would rather start Freiermuth because Knox is coming off of the injury. He might have some kind of limitations. I actually literally had them 11-12 in my rankings. I had them like right back to back. So I would actually lean Freiermuth over Dawson Knox, though.
I agree there. Is Logan Thomas playing this week, bro?
Doesn't sound like it. He said his hamstring is still sore, basically, was the last report that I could find.
Speaking of Washington football team weapons, bro, Curtis Samuel, what the fuck is like? What's going on over there, eh?
Yeah, I know, right? Their medical staff is butchering their entire season, man. If they were smart, they would have shut down Gibson for 3 weeks. If they were smart, they would have shut down Samuel for a couple of weeks. Like, they're just fucking trolling at this point.
Amen. But Superflex Dynasty, Tyrone.
That was the Waddle question.
All right. But yeah, again, we got through as many as we can. Got to about past 8 o'clock today, so a little shout out to us because usually we're way more than 20 minutes behind. But appreciate all of you that tuned in. Again, 38 concurrently watching right now, made it till the end. And as always, hey, we're gonna be off stream, but if you guys want to dabble,
shout out to the 8K as well for you guys that have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. But yeah, definitely appreciate all the support you guys have shown us the last year and a half, 2 years almost. On this channel, we're hoping to get to oh my god, Duvernay just got licked. We're hoping to get to 10K as soon as possible. I set the mark for January 1st, so we got less than 2 months to get to get 2 more thousand subscribers. So like I said, if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button and also tell your friends, maybe not the ones that are in your league, but the other ones.
Yeah, amen. And as always, if you enjoyed, leave a like on the stream. Peace out to all of you guys. Enjoy the game.